Hello and welcome back to the port. I'm the Gaff Major and this is a Let's Play in the Russian legendary tier destroyer Khabarovsk, available through the Bureau. Now this is a game of capture the base on the Atlantic. On the enemy team we have a Le Fantas, Shimakaze Division of the Conqueror, Gearing, Hipper, Tirpitz, Jean Bar, Yamato and Grosset Kurfürst. And the whole point of Let's Play is basically I explain what I'm doing as I'm going along. So first of all I do my shipping forecast, then looking at the map I see we have no destroyers on our left flank. So I'm going to push over to our left flank and try and support our left flank, and then we're going to see how the game develops. Now, as always, down in the description is the commander build and the ship modules that I have taken during this Let's Play. So, what's on the enemy team that I'm concerned about? Well, obviously the Hipper does have her aggressive sonar, so does the Grosset Kurfürst, and when it comes to the destroyers, you've got a very fast, potentially stealthy if they're using a Gorlau, Shimakaze stealthy 15 torpedoes, and Gearing a bit of a hybrid. So Khabarovsk is very much a gunboat destroyer, considering that her torpedoes only have a 6-kilometer range. Now the downside of said 6-kilometer range is that trying to get your detectability down to within an acceptable amount is obviously a little bit awkward. Here, maybe hoping I can use the gear and smokescreen to actually disengage from the Hipper. That's my concern though. So, there we go, disengage from the Hipper now. Now we just need to try and pick on the gearing. So this is what I mean by the gunboat nature. She does chew up ships very quickly, especially when assisted by a Wichita, which is much appreciated, I have to confess. So talking about the concealment of the Khabarovsk, it's quite big, considering that I have, look at me now, inspired by Bay and a Type 4 camo and the concealment module. My detectability is 5.9 kilometers, which is quite chunky, I guess you could say. So not going to be winning any stealthy competitions. If you're not going to win it, you might as well not really bother, is the best way to put it. So potentially you could rework your commander, or is any small advantage worthwhile, I guess you could say as well, potentially. So she's very much like a mini cruiser without a citadel. These guns do reload quite rapidly. I am taking both main battery modules in order to enhance my overall turret rotation and rate of fire. Now her traits are that she is fast, that she has sure shot, basically very easy to aim guns, I guess you could say, due to their very flat trajectory, and then also she has a nimble aim, which just basically means that she has reasonable turret rotation, I guess you could say. I think it's time to potentially, depends how distracted this Bismarck is. Going to load up AP, because even in this destroyer AP is actually worth considering, although the Tirpitz is now gone, so I'm now going to use a damage control party. Also worth noting that all the destroyers apart from myself and a Shimakaze are now gone. So looking at my RDF indicator, I know there's something closer to me than the Hipper, which is behind this island. Shimakaze, it sounds like to me. Evident by the torpedoes now off to my starboard side. So this is the kind of sneaky little map reading you have to do. So I got an idea of where the Shimakaze is. With the Massachusetts spotted there, we have an even better idea where the Shimakaze is. So time to use that engine boost. Now one thing to mention is, as you're probably noticing down in the bottom left, I don't have a smokescreen. Khabarovsk is the first destroyer, to my knowledge, where instead of taking a smokescreen, you can opt to take heals or repair parties. So you can either have 2 smokescreens, or you can take 2 repair parties, and each repair party will heal somewhere in the region of 3000 HP. Now, looking at the minimap, just noting that it would appear that we've lost control of our right flank. Here come the torpedoes, so gonna toot the horn. And judging by the way those torpedoes came in, oh, we have a hipper. Well, this is gonna be fun. We will probably just quickly get one more volley out with this, probably load up AP and see how we can go. We're gonna definitely hit the heel, gonna hit that, gonna aim for the upper arm about the hipper and see if we can get quickly some chunk damage through some about 4,000 a volley. There we go. Switching straight away to the Shimakaze. We are not messing around. We need this Shimakaze gone. He's got full health, so I've got to really just see what I can do here. Now I'm hoping that I have decent Russian torpedoes, so they are potentially going away. Now, can we hold on for our last repair party? It's going to be close. We might be able to nail the... Yes, we've got rid of the Shimakaze. Now, I am running Violette, so I am hoping that maybe I can drop off detectability, which is 16 seconds. Also, I am on fire, and I don't think we're going to make it, so we're just going to fire off our last volley, and pop we go. However, we took out the Shimakaze, and that puts our team in a very good position where it's an advantage in the number of ships and the number of ships in those classes. And the way the rock paper scissors has gone, we've got rid of the biggest threat to the remaining of ships of my team. So in fact, I'm quite happy with that. It's only 80,000 damage, but let's just see where we end up on the end screen after a little bit of Colonel Bogey's march. And here we are at the end screen. So the 80,000 damage, the 2 kills, amusingly, 2 enemy destroyers, getting 5 fires as well, and 163 hits on target. Amusingly, no torpedo hits, but that's not a surprise with the Khabarovsk. Those torpedoes are really more like ambush torpedoes or close in quarters torpedoes. You're not really going to be firing them out on battleships. Your main job is usually to harass battleships and cruisers at range. That's one of the reasons why I have Violette. And also hunt and destroy the enemy destroyers. She's a very good destroyer killer, especially the way that those guns just hit and chew up HP. Going on to team results, and having dealt with 2 destroyers on the enemy team, I've been able to actually probably take away a lot of their overall HP. Both of those destroyers were legendary tiers, so equal tier, so they've probably both earned me a very good healthy amount of ship XP, which has then placed me at the top of the team. So amusingly, kind of shows that it's not really how much damage you get, but it's what damage you do, and also spotting obviously does help, although there probably wasn't too much spotting done during that game. However, we don't quite know what our spotting damage and things like that is at the moment, because we don't have that much of a breakdown in regards to the end results. Going on to the economy, and having made myself a very tiny profit, obviously though with a premium account and with an epic credit booster. If it wasn't for those 2, I probably wouldn't play legendary tier. I just highly recommend either you grind a lot of credits at lower tiers and dabble in legendary tier every now and then, but if you're going to be playing legendary tier, say a couple of games in a row, in order to get your playing legendary missions, or getting your premium supplies out of them, then sometimes I'd probably say it might be worth saving up a couple of epic credit boosters just to make sure that you can kind of walk away with a profit. Although in a destroyer, I'd say it's a lot easier to do well in a destroyer, or especially for myself. And so I'm quite happy with that. Well, if you have enjoyed this Let's Play in the Khabarovsk, feel free to give the video a thumbs up. If you enjoy this kind of content, feel free to subscribe. And as always, if you are a subscriber, thank you very much for your continued comments, contributions and support. Down in the description is the email address for the channel if you want to send in any of your own game captures for the community spotlight videos. Also the link to Patreon if you want to support the channel. Patreon, as it is a non-monetized channel, along with the commander build and the ship modules used during this Let's Play. Until next time, I'm the Gaff Major, and back to the port.